Welcome to the Windows channel, and this is the Tech News Update. We are Wednesday, August 2nd, 2017, and today in our Tech News Update we have Apple earnings. Apple has reported $45.4 billion revenue, up 7% from last year for the second quarter of 2017. And if we look at the share that comes from iPhone, 54.7%. Remove the iPhone, and I can tell you that revenue from Apple is really fading fast. So, of course, good news because it's up, but it will need to continue doing that. So, of course, the next iPhone needs to be really a killer device. Windows 10 Creators Update is getting a new cumulative update. I've posted the video for the information, but in case you haven't seen it, if you are on Windows 10 Creators Update, check it out. A cumulative update. It's only bug fixes, but it's been released late yesterday. And Microsoft, in a surprising move, had opened, of course, first of all, they had opened, the image that you could get from the MSDN if you're a subscriber. These are expensive subscriber places. It's mostly tech guys and even more advanced tech guys that have really expensive subscriptions to the MSDN. Well, in a very surprising move, Windows 10 S is now available to anyone that has at least Windows 10 Pro or Education or Enterprise. If you have one of these versions, you will be able to download and install Windows 10 S and, of course, go back to your previous Windows if you wish. This is not available for Windows 10 Home, so if you're on Windows 10 Home, forget about it. And of course, I'll be posting a video a little later today on where and how do you get Windows 10 S if you want to try it out on a Pro or Enterprise or Education machine. I will also check out how I can do an install of Windows 10 S to try it out myself also. So check out the videos coming up. Everything will be, I think, interesting. And if you want to try out Windows 10 S, you'll be able to do so. Well, security researchers are explaining that China, Russia are not just the only countries around the world that are really working on banning, information by making sure its citizens do not try to get on the internet with websites that don't want and that they can't control information. Of course, we've seen Russia and China that are the firsts to really, say, look, VPNs are not allowed, Tor network, everything that's, encrypted and not that they can't really see what you're doing doesn't work anymore. So of course this is big news because this is just so amazing for a lot of people. And basically security researchers say, well, more countries are to come with this. And talking about VPNs being removed and banned, many users complained at Apple and there was a huge reaction to the removal of VPN apps on the Chinese iPhone iOS App Store. And basically, a lot of people said, well, okay, well, you're just, doing things, you shouldn't have done that. Tim Cook decided to reply to this and said, look, we removed them for a very simple reason. Because of the new laws in China, we have to. There's nothing we can do about it. So, bye-bye VPN apps for China. A group of hackers has demonstrated how you can turn an Amazon Echo can basically become a live microphone that you can listen to over the internet. Now, the idea behind this was not to, hack into anyone. It was really to demonstrate, look, these devices really need to be as secure as possible because look what we can do if we do so. Now, one thing that you need to know before you turn off your Amazon Echo or things like that is that they needed to have a physical access to the device first, and it doesn't work on the latest models. But the hackers were kind of saying, well, the idea behind this is not to show that the new ones are necessarily more secure or anything, but mostly to say, look, there is a possibility that these devices could be dangerous if they fall into the wrong hands. and that we have to be careful and make sure that security is one of the top priorities of these devices. Well, yesterday the Bitcoins have doubled in basically a kind of a split that happened, and now we've got Bitcoins and something called Bitcoin Cash. And of course, this is a move that was expected to happen at some point because of the sheer volume and maximum amount of Bitcoins that are available. So this is, of course, something that we'll be checking out. It's very difficult to understand exactly how Bitcoins, work in the value and the split, what it does, and so on. But it's kind of interesting. And finally, Patreon. Of course, some of you that follow me know what Patreon is because this is a crowdfunding website, and it's there to help creators really, get some money for all the things they do. Now, what's very interesting is that it is also creating a different kind of economy where actually some people are using Patreon to have sexual-related content or sexy content where people can actually follow for some amount a month. And there was actually an interesting article about a woman that basically just, streams her life with, lingerie and sexy, all sorts of sexy clothes, and sometimes even in the nude. And she just charges her Patreon or patrons, $5 a month, and it's kind of interesting. Everything that is a good idea, of course, like Patreon, can be used in all sorts of situations, and we see that with this new content. So this was the Tech News Update for Wednesday, August 2nd, 2017. You enjoy our videos? Please subscribe, give us thumbs up. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, let us know. Thank you for watching.